Yo, what's up, everybody? How y'all doing? Hope everyone had a great day. Hope everyone had a great week thus far. I hope y'all having a great weekend. Um, you saw the title, Abuse, a Conversation. Um, I want to thank everyone for coming in. I know there's a lot going on and people like mess, you know what I'm saying? And there was a little bit of mess earlier today and things like that and that of that nature. And, earlier today I was on Deanna Irvin's panel and we was discussing some things that's on these streets. Maybe y'all have seen it, maybe y'all have not seen it, but Dee Ramsey has put out a video um, with an apology. She apologized for her part in the patriarchy of what she have been put out there, or what she said she's been putting out there. And seeing the video was not knowing my experience of Dee Ramsey, be it on here and in person, kind of have a viewpoint of her character was not led me to go onto Deanna's panel last night. And granted, we did some roasting and gagging on there, whatever, you know what I'm saying? We said some things that I was trying to be as sensitive to the topic of abuse as possible. But at the same time, it got me thinking the power of a woman. And I don't want anyone to think that I take lightly the abuse of women or I snub my nose at it or I'm laughing at it or things of that nature, because that's not the case. But in this specific situation, I have a problem. And it leads me to understand more so the power of a woman and how women who are not right within themselves can manipulate and switch situations to bring harm to men for whatever reason. In the video, Dee apologized, you know what I'm saying, said she was in her marriage way too long. It was abuse in the marriage. She didn't say specific abuse. So mental, physical, emotional, spiritual, financial, she didn't give any specifics. But she talked about it as if she felt like she was obligated to get married, have children, stay in a marriage, and things of that nature. And knowing Dee Ramsey and how aggressive she is and how passive her husband seems to be. A couple of things I mentioned on Deanna's panel earlier was not, and we were talking about before the other stuff ensued. Because there's several things. If you watched this sector and watched people in this sector and been in this sector and had your eyeballs on this sector was not for a while, you know the history of certain people. You know the history of me. You know the history of my involvement with those people over there, things of that nature. How we kind of got together, how we kind of fell apart. You know what I'm saying? And this is just my experiencing these people and the situation from my point of view. Like I said, I wasn't in a household. I'm not saying what she's saying is right, wrong, or indifferent. What I'm saying is that based on my understanding, a lot of things don't feel right. And in order for you to garner sympathy and empathy and want people not to talk about it, you know what I'm saying? You throw this abuse label on it for people to side with you, have empathy for you, and things of that nature. But and all the while, you are forgetting what you've done on here, how you've done it on here, how you actually was an aggressor on here, how you thrust yourself into positions and fights and situations that you did not belong because you wanted to be part of the cool kids. And now that your life has fallen apart, or because I don't know, you could be as happy as you want to be, but from the outside looking in, you don't look happy. What's up, Walker? How you doing, baby? You don't look happy. You don't look like you're comfortable. You don't look like you're healthy. You don't look like that. It looks like, from the outside looking in, it looks like your life is falling apart. Well, I'm gonna try to go into chronological order to while we was thinking. What's up, Raw? How you doing, baby? While you were seemingly going through a nervous breakdown, you were actually going through a divorce, and we said it for years. From, like I said on Deanna's panel today, from the moment that you mentioned that you were selling your home, from the moment that you mentioned that you were um, overextending yourself financially. You were in debt. You were trying to run behind, chase behind a certain group or a certain feeling from this group, is when your life is falling apart. Well, it's a divorce now, so I'm not quite sure what the separation. So if you initiated the divorce, I don't know, and we will never know. And really, that really isn't any of our business. And I think that that's what kind of draws me away from this, from the part where I used to be really engaged in it, because I think that we want to know too much. We expect too much from people as far as their personal lives, and we're not giving anything in return. Like me, for example, y'all know me. Although I love extending olive branches to people, and I love loving everyone was not, I'm only going to participate with you, but so much. And I'm not going to participate with everybody. You know what I'm saying? Because I know the expectations of, yeah, we're cool, we're quote unquote YouTube friends, we're friendly on here, so therefore you're expecting me to give you my entire life and my all of my business. I'm not going to do that. Never have done that and never will do that to anyone. I don't give, you know what I'm saying, of myself when it's not being reciprocated. What's up, New York, baby? How you doing, sweetheart? But from the moment that she came on here and said, you know, um, I'm selling my house because I'm basically overextending herself was not, I knew something was wrong. Because you're not gonna have two refinances within 6 years, 5 years, and then resell that type of situation. You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna be in more debt because of all that. Then she done bought the two Broncos. It was his and her Broncos. It was just a lot of stuff going on, selling all her stuff, putting herself in storage, moving to an extended suite, traveling, saying, across the country in a car, sleeping in a car. All the while you have, what's up, Tex? How you doing, baby? All the while you have this group saying that she's happy, she's comfortable, she's living her best life. While we're seeing it doesn't look like it. Now, like I said, from the outside looking in, it doesn't look as though you're living your best life. From the outside looking in, it looks as though you are going through it. People say you look sickly. People say you look this and that. That's not for me to say what your appearance was. I know that the weight you lost, if you're happy with it, be happy with that. But my thing is to come now, a year and a half, 2 years after you initiated this conversation about your life that you initiated. No one asks about it. No one cares about it, whatever, you know what I'm saying? You bring out this abuse allegations to villainize and demonize a man that you chose to be with for 20 plus years. And my thing is, if someone was abusing you mentally, physically, sexually, emotionally, spiritually, financially, whatever it was not, they wouldn't have allowed you to be in debt. They wouldn't have allowed you to go gallivanting and traveling all across this country and the world behind some other quote unquote man. It's very, yeah, text. It's very rehearsed. It's very manipulative. It's very, I'm saying, gaslighting. You know, what's up, Treasure Baby? How you doing, James? How you doing, baby? Exactly. And not only is it karma, James, it's bullshit to get empathy and sympathy because, like Deanna said, about a week or so ago, she was on here telling her little story, whatever. You know what I'm saying, talking what she was doing, whatever. And someone sent me a clip of when she said, "Oh yeah, my ex-husband came by with my son," and whatever else she was saying, I ignored all that. All I heard was ex-husband, because it's like, okay, you came on here going through all these issues, was not, and losing jobs, losing homes, losing cars, tr- living out of the country, doing this cleansing, was not whatever you want to do, whatever, this and the third. But you never mentioned through all this the strength you had to leave this quote unquote abusive relationship. And in doing that, all of a sudden, now that you slipped up and said, right, it definitely sounds like a press statement, something that Drew would do from Housewives. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I thought I was watching Drew and Ralph situation because we've seen his verbal and mental abuse. Well, it's not, but we haven't. I mean, we never heard anything about that. But like I said, if you were so controlled or abused by someone, they wouldn't allow you to travel all across the country, meeting these various people, especially these various men. I'm just saying, it doesn't make sense to me. Not saying it didn't happen, and not putting light on abuse or female abuse was not, but at the same time, y'all know y'all power. All you have to do is put out a buzzword. I was abused. The next thing you know, everyone is backing off. Everyone is not bringing up what's the obvious is. No one's talking about your behavior and what you did. Then it becomes, oh, well, you're victim blaming. I'm not blaming anyone because I don't know what's true, what's not true. What I'm saying is, what's up, Big Sal? How you doing, baby? Long time no see. Okay, don't fall asleep if you want to, baby. But it's like you throw out this buzzword as I stayed in this marriage way too long. It was abuse. I saw abuse from the very beginning. Like it's like no, you can't do that when I personally seen you be aggressive towards someone in a club where we were together because she was dancing too close to me and your friend. You literally pushed this woman out the way because she was dancing too close to me and your friend. We heard the story of how you was like a raging bull attacking Nicole Tyler. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you have all these, and then we all seen how you attacked me because I said no to someone else. I said no, you're not gonna. I'm not gonna sleep with you. Basically, it was not, and you attacked me. I'm nothing. I'll be nobody. If it wasn't for this individual, no one would know who I am. But my numbers grew when I left and stayed somewhat steady. And it's been what, 4 years now since I've been part of that quote unquote situation. See, it's all these manipulation tactics was not that lead me to believe that your story is rehearsed. Your story is manufactured. Yes, while y'all have some issues in your marriage in order for you to be divorced now, it still doesn't negate the fact that your behavior on here is not that of an abused woman. It's that because the fact that you simply bought him a truck and came on here bragging about it, and he still's not there. The fact that you tried to buy a business or bought a business in trucking to keep him, and he still chose to leave, doesn't say that I'm an abused woman. Now, I've never been an abused woman before in my life. I've never been abused in my life. So I don't know what the characteristics or the traits is of an abused person. But I have witnessed abuse. I have seen abuse. So my heart goes out to the ones who are or who have been or who are being abused. I know the whole saying, check on your strong friends, and you can't tell someone how to act or react or do whatever the case may be, whatever. But it's just your behavior. It does not say abuse to me. Someone that was trapped in a marriage when you seemingly controlled that house. But I mean, and I'm not trying to re-roast and gag with that, but we can go down that road as well to re-roast and gag the situation, whatever, because we heard the stories about him and a 15-year-old boy. We seen the mug shots, we seen the predators list, we seen all those things. So was it you really trying to hold on to this family? And he wasn't happy there. So once he realized that you're doing way too much with the people online, it was his way out. You know, we've seen all the things and heard all the things. Well, it's not so much things. I don't know exactly what it is that you're trying to get? Are you trying to save face? Like I said, this is not me trying to get down on you. Or not, and it's that if you were abused, not asking for your story because I don't need that. But I'm just saying your behavior on here is not that of one who has the signs and symptoms of being abused. Because any person who's trying to control you or be or abuse you, because abuse is about control and power. That's what abuse is. Just like the R word, it's not about the sexual act. It's not about things like that. It's about control and power. And if someone is abusing you, they're trying to control you and have power over you. But it seems as though since you were the financial breadwinner of this situation and you acted as though, and you spent as so, and you did what you want as so, that negates, what's up, Shane, baby? How you doing? That negates the fact that that abuse thing is there. That element of abuse is there. And I could be wrong. So if I'm wrong, you guys correct me. You know what I'm saying? Damn, Shane. Damn. Damn. And thing is like, but I can see why that mentality and attitude is fuck that bitch. You know what I'm saying? Because all the stuff that you've done, all the things that you've said, how can someone has empathy and sympathy for you when you had displayed the worst type of behavior on here? Y'all talked about Shannon, her situation was not. Y'all talked about James and his situation, whatever. You talked about me, my situation. Talked about Deanna and her situation was not. Everyone who have, and I won't say have the right, but could it be understood that they say F you and this and the third, you have done something too. You have done malicious things too. You know what I'm saying? You've looked people up. Y'all are going in. Not the airbender, but you have done all these malicious things. People was not. So when you come out here with this story of, oh, I was abused, people's not. It's gonna be hard to buy that. It's gonna be hard to do that. Well, it's not. But and it's like for me, it's like opposed to you just, you know, being a cool individual is not and just being gracious. You have all these excuses. When you cussed me out for absolutely no reason, you blended on the Michelob Ultra and the melatonin, and it was all behind someone else. This person lied. I mean, like that. And I love people say I don't lie, but yet they get caught in the biggest lies. It wasn't enough for me to say, well, this person lied. Yeah, exactly right. Same thing for you. Same thing for Shan. Same thing for Deanna. It was all on the behalf of someone else. It was not only misdirection, it was just a flat out lie. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, you know, this person now, I guess, carried on his lie like you was in this happy situation. You was in this happy love story with your now ex-husband. You're living your best life when all the time your life is going through shambles. And we all said it. Bow down. Right. Like that in itself. And I didn't even cuss you out for that. I didn't cuss you out for that. I corrected your bad behavior, but I didn't drag you. Well, I did drag you a couple times, but not because of that. It's just because how dare you? You have the gall to talk to someone who actually attempted to befriend you. I don't know. I don't understand. Coming with your tail between your legs. I was abused. I was in this relationship for way too long. I thought that I had to because I had kids. You're too old for that. Your mouth is too slick for that. Now you want me to believe that you was this person who did? I can't. I just can't. It doesn't make sense to me. Basically, what's up, the bushes? How you doing, baby? Good evening. It's just like I don't get that. For me, and then for a woman, like that's what I said. I love the ladies. I love y'all, but y'all are dangerous. That is dangerous to do. That is dangerous to say because women know that if they throw the word abuse out there, people are going to automatically take their side. People are going to automatically believe them. People are going to automatically, without even knowing the backstory of who they are, how they presented themselves to be. And if anyone questions that abuse, they're looked at as the bad guy. They're looked at as the person who don't make sense. That is crazy out there. Damn, damn, Jay, not a comedy skit. But y'all know, like, I mean, speaking of the comedy skit, how she dogged Fibe in a comedy skit. I know y'all be like, fuck Fibe too, but then humping and bumping and grinding. Like, you're fugazi. You really have no levity of what you say or what you do. The Bush, that's what I'm saying. The Bush, that's what I'm saying. Abuse is a trigger word. Abuse, because there's so many people who have been abused physically, mentally, emotionally, sexually, financially. You know what I'm saying? So when you call out that word or say that word abuse, people automatically going to attempt to take your side, or they're going to believe you. And if they don't know you for your works or for what you've done previously, yeah, people can change. But the stuff that you've done on here is deplorable, is deplorable. So deplorable, not deplorable, is deplorable. So it leads us to question, what are you talking about? And just to say the word abuse, and no one's asking for your story because I don't want your story. But you're putting stuff out here was not as if it's a man's fault because you've done what you've done. It's your husband's fault because you acted the way you acted. To put your bad behavior on a man and patriarchy is crazy. That's something that's gaslighting. That's dangerous because you're perpetuating this narrative of, you know what I'm saying, that we men has this power over women when you had the power in your relationship. Let you tell it, and this is all what you've told us. It's not something that I'm making up, something that I'm assuming. You told us you had the financial power. It was your house. You bought the two cars. You bought the trucking companies. You spent the money as you wanted to spend it. And I'm sorry, but that's not the sign of someone who's been abused to me. But Tech, she did come out of left field. That came out of left field, but she didn't because, like I said, I mean, I don't follow her like that or watch her like that, but I was sent a video where she slipped up and said, "Oh yeah, my ex came over," and my ears perked up when I heard ex, because Vardo, you're still married. But then I was assuming your friend, your friend, I was a, I was assuming your friend will come on here and try to backpedal and pussy pop for you to try to sissy splain what you said, what you've been, and you know it's going to be, oh well, we've been knew about this, we've been knew about this, we've been knew about the divorce, we knew what. Then why were you lying so hard? Definitely, Shan, definitely. Why were you lying so hard, saying that she's living her best life when you know she wasn't? If someone's going through something, whatever, you be quiet about it. Exactly. She's worried about her image, but yeah, don't look at the image in the mirror. That doesn't look good. You look like Gollum. I'm sorry, you do. You look like Gollum. From the teeth, the eyes, the head, the weight loss, and all. Tell me she don't look like Gollum, y'all, with clothes on. I'm just, and this is not me trying to roast Rita Gagwell's not, but you're so worried about your appearance and you're so worried about your image and how what people think of you, want to be part of the cool kids and want to get simply, oh, I was an abused child in foster homes. That doesn't make you lie. Gollum. You know Gollum from Lord of the Rings? Precious, my precious, my precious. What's up, Lexi? Love, how you doing, baby? You have a good night, baby. Thank you for coming in. You know, and it's like you're so worried about what people think of you, opposed to you being yourself. You know what I'm saying? Opposed to just being yourself and knowing that you are enough. And who's supposed to be around you and who want nothing from you is going to be there. A lot of problems that I see on this thing is that everyone wants to be, not everyone, a lot of people want to be accepted. They want to be part, they want to be counted, they want to be accepted, they want to be liked, they want to be part of the cool kids and the cool crowd, opposed to just being themselves, and wherever you fall in and fit in, you fall in and fit in. And like I said before, you know what I'm saying? When the more people talk, the more they expose themselves. You know, just say less. But Tex, doesn't she look like Golem? I'm just saying. Does she look like now to me? I mean, I'm not trying to be funny or rude, but it is what it is. Right, Lexi? It's like, I mean, I understand you want that adoration and that adrenaline rush of people liking you and calling you a friend and this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? But at some point, as an adult, as an overgrown adult, you need to not do all that. You need to be secure enough in yourself to know that you are enough. Because you're always gonna be looking for people to build you up. What I always say, don't allow people to build you up because you didn't get the power to break you down. Be it your marriage, be it your friend group, be it your YouTube friend group was not, you gave them that power to build you up. So therefore, now you've given them the power to break you down. And this abuse that you're talking of, when did it start? Well, I don't know if y'all know, but I think she said it on here before that yeah, they were separated for a long time, once before. Then they got back together. Like I said, I remember all the stories. It is not for me to try to throw in your face or try to read what your Yagi was not, but it's like, damn, don't gaslight us. Don't gaslight people. And when you throw out that word abuse, you know what that does. You know what that triggers. You know the power of that word, the power of that phrase. I was abused. Yeah, I know that, baby. I know that. I know that. Oh shit, give me a plate, Shannon. I come out tomorrow and pick it up. But yeah, it's like it's so funny to me how like people just throw these terms out there willy nilly. Was not. Words do have power. People do have power, and women like that. If y'all really understand y'all's strength and you use it for a negative thing, it's dangerous. Right. But I mean, with that, like I said, I don't know what's going on. Like I said, I don't want to say she wasn't abused. All I'm saying is that it doesn't look as though she was. It doesn't seem as though she was. She didn't move as though she was. Oh, you ordered it. But save me a bite at least. You know, it's just like it's crazy to me, you know, that you know these people play around as though their words don't matter. Their words don't mean anything. Don't their words don't mean something. And they throw these things out there, you know what I'm saying, thinking that it's okay just to do and say because I want to get empathy or sympathy for something. Thank you so much, baby. Appreciate it. How you doing? But yeah, when you throw this word, especially when a black woman throws this word out of "I've been abused," it takes on a different meaning. It takes on a stronger meaning. And y'all are doing the same thing that quote unquote these white girls have been doing for centuries. Black men has been killed and locked up because someone falsely accused them of abusing them. Black men has been locked up, been killed, and destroyed because someone, some female, has lied on them and said they abused them because they didn't get their way or because things didn't work out the way you thought they should work out. That's scary. That's dangerous. That's crazy. You know, you make decisions based on what you did, what you wanted to do, how you wanted to do it, how you wanted to live the lifestyle, the image that you wanted to portray and show. When it doesn't go your way, next thing you know, oh, he abused me. I was in an abusive relationship. Oh, I didn't know what I was doing. Oh, because it goes back to me being a child, a foster child, things of that nature. Yeah, she's very dangerous, and I don't want to say all women does this was not, but the women who do this, they're dangerous and it's scary. And that's why I say, that's why y'all know I don't like being yelled at. Don't yell at me because I'm not the person who abused you. I'm not the person who you need to get that anger out with. Don't do that with me. You know, don't be aggressive towards me because if as soon as I raise my voice back at you, it's like it becomes, oh my God, he's abusive. No, I'm not abusive. I'm matching your energy. Stop. Don't do that. And I was watching something on TikTok was not, and I was watching this black lady. She said she had to learn. This what came live because I was listening to her. Like, that really is smart of all of us to do, not just a woman, but as a man as well. You talk to your king and or queen as if they are your king and your queen all the time, even when you're upset with them. You don't degrade them or, what I'm saying, downplay them, let's not, or talk down to them because you're upset. Still speak to them as though they are your king and or your queen. So I'll tell you something. Me and my husband don't have a perfect relationship. Was not. We get upset with each other. Was not. We get upset with what each other does, but we still have the respect for one another to not talk down to them. And I had to learn that because my initial thing is to cuss your ass out and give a fuck about what I say about you and drag the shit out you. That's my initial thing to do. But I had to learn to not do that. Who you listening about? Huh, Rob? What you saying? I don't understand what you're asking, baby. You know, and it's like, you have to learn to respect each other if you want to get that same respect. Like I told you, my husband taught me how to fight. Like, sorry, have a conversation with someone that you are in a relationship with. I learned it from him because initially my whole thing is to go off and act a fool. Then that leads to you apologizing or feeling bad about what you said or feeling bad about how you act, things of that nature. Oh, G Ramsey. Oh, I thought I said that several times. But yeah, you know, I know the power of words. I understand that, I can't let that, for me, being aggressive towards someone that you say you love is just as bad as hitting them. I don't want to sit around walking around looking at someone that I say I love with a black eye. So why would I put a black eye on your spirit, on your soul, on your energy? Why would I be talking grimy and dirty to you and putting you down and trying to manipulate you? It's not. That is just as bad for me as physical violence. How can I say I love you or it's not, or I care for you, or appreciate you, and I honor and cherish you when I put a bruise on you? I've abused you verbally, physically, financially, or whatever it may be. I took advantage of you. I'm trying to exert power over you. And for me, that is when someone says, I stayed in a marriage too long and it was abusive. It's like, damn, but you came and went as you pleased. Half the time, you didn't even tell your husband where you were going. That doesn't sound like abuse to me. That doesn't sound like he abused you. It sounds like you were the dominant personality in that relationship. You were the person, since you controlled the pocketbooks and the purse strings, you were the one that controlled that household. And based on my interaction, was not, like I said, I've met your husband before, and he was not he didn't seem abusive. He allowed you to hang out with me and your daughter and her friend while he said was at the movies. It seemed that he cherished and relished the times that you wasn't around, because you was telling him what to do. But that's just my interpretation of what I've seen and my experiences of you and with you. He sure the hell wouldn't let you go stay in a hotel in New York with someone that he didn't know, that he didn't know nothing about. You heard my husband ask me, "What's in it for you?" When I told him I was going to New York. How's that going to benefit you? I'm just saying. But now all of a sudden, after you slip up and say ex-husband, 2 years later, you want to come here and say that he abused you. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not here to say what's right, what's wrong, what's true, what's not true. All I'm saying is that it doesn't sound right. And it sounds like manipulation. It sounds like a tactic that you're using to garner sympathy and empathy from people. But that's just my opinion of the situation. Like I said, I don't know what you consider abuse. I don't know what level of abuse you thought that he perpetrated upon you. But for me, what I saw, my experience, and how I witnessed and you know um, experienced you, you know, I didn't see that, and you know, it's not something that I would play with. You know, I didn't experience that of abused woman, and I said, and I've been around women who have been abused. You know, some are a little aggressive because they don't have the power at home, so they choose to exert that power elsewhere. So, like I said, that could be a trait, but they definitely didn't come and go as they pleased if they were being controlled and abused, in my opinion. But like I said, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. Well, and y'all, this topic came about because D. Ramsey did make a short apologizing for the patriarchy that she said that she contributed to by staying with her abusive husband longer than she should have. And I just didn't. I just don't. Didn't. I just don't buy it. I just don't believe it because her behaviors was way too aggressive and she was too eager to be part of a group and be part of a crowd. So she did just about anything and everything to be part of that group and crowd. You know. Yeah, Texas. I mean, but like I said, I don't ever want to say, oh well, it's not true. You know what I'm saying? Because if it is true, heart goes out to you. But at the same time, it sounds as though you were fishing for some stuff just to, you know, garner empathy and sympathy. So I don't hear nobody saying, "Oh well, food junkie, he don't like women." No, I got mothers, I got sisters, I got aunts, I got nieces, I got cousins with female, I got friends with female. Hanging out tomorrow with a female, what I'm saying, for brunch or it's not. So no, it's not that I don't like women. I just don't like manipulative women. I don't, because that's very dangerous. It's very dangerous. Because if you could do that to some other person, why wouldn't you be able to do that to me? Why would you just say, "Oh, well, he XYZ'd me"? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it was definitely that. It was definitely that she rehearsed it. She was definitely that what I'm saying? It was a different motive. Like I said, although like somebody said, I think for me, it sounded like she was, you know, trying to walk back or explain why she was quote unquote divorced because that was a slip up. Right, Shane? Like, I mean, You really didn't like patriarchy is when you're trying to put the ideas of man or men before women, and you're always was you were always uplifting women. Your woman's retreat. So how is your woman's retreat uplifting patriarchy? Am I wrong, y'all? Like, if you're being abused and an uplifting patriarchy was not, how are you having a woman's retreat where y'all ate tacos for 3 days? I mean, I'm like, it just, I don't know. Like, so many little different things, so many little different paths that you went down that you showed us that that story seems a little thin. Seems a little thin. Just seems a little thin to me. Mm. Like maybe you were doing too much. Maybe you was just, maybe you were just doing too much. You're doing too much. Like you're trying to, like I said, when y'all be overdoing the story, y'all be overtelling the story, y'all be overstepping boundaries and things like that in the story, as if saying people don't remember what you've done previously, what you said previously, how you behaved previously. You know, what's up, Kelly, baby? How you doing, sweetheart? You know, but yeah, it's like I don't know, y'all. Like I said, I don't want to be like, um, oh well, you weren't, you're a liar. I'm not gonna say that because I don't want to go that far with it. But it's not, it doesn't sound feasible. It doesn't sound true to me. Exactly, Shan. Right. Exactly. Exactly what she did. Mother Earth and Mother this and read this book here, read this book there, get in touch with your feminine, get in touch with the feminine energy, get in touch with the mother of the earth and all this and all that was not, and all of a sudden now you want to apologize for patriarchy. Y'all remember she used to always talk about Mother Earth and the Goddess Supreme and how Mother this and Mother that and how women is the great divine and the great equalizer and the great all this other stuff. The chakras of this and the chakras of Mother Earth and the chakras of femininity, being in touch with your femininity and your womanhood and all this and all that. And now all of a sudden you you laughing, but I'm serious. You know, you did all that was not, but now all of a sudden you want us to believe that you was promoting and uplifting patriarchy because you decided to, be divorced. Like it's just, I don't know, I don't know. Like I said, stop trying to play people. That's probably everyone's trying to play. Everyone's trying to play someone. You know, everyone's trying to manipulate whatever, and it's like, why? Tell your truth. Be who you are. If you want to be with a woman now, like you said, you was back with one back in the days, that's fine. Do it. Do that. Don't have to explain to nobody. Be yourself. That could have been done because she was sick. It could have been done because she was stressed out. It could have been done for a lot of reasons. A lot of reasons and things and reasons why, saying she could have been losing weight. But like I said, for me personally, that's nor here or there. Just, saying it looks bad. It doesn't look good on you, you know, but that's just me, you know. Happy that you lost weight. Happy that you say you're healthy, but you don't look like it, you know. I don't know, y'all. I don't know, you know. These people, I don't care what do and say about anything, and that's what this shows you. Shows me, I should say. These people would do and say just about anything for attention, anything for sympathy, anything for payola, however you get it. You know, even the ones who don't beg be begging. You know what I'm saying? Oh, thank y'all for the gifts and stuff for my birthday. Thank y'all for the. If y'all want to give me something was not, y'all asked for it. So here's my cash app. No one asked for that bullshit because everyone who want to give you something was not already have it. Like I said, people think that you don't. I can't see between the lines. Oh well, y'all asked for it. Where did they ask for it? They didn't want to ask for it publicly here on YouTube. You got your own little secret group and your own little secret super chat and your own little secret emails. Well, it's not. So whoever don't have it right now or don't have it by now would have been happy to give it to you privately. But you wanted to get as much as possible. You want to hit it, as broad as possible to pay for that raggedy ass, um, out of season ass trip. See, let me stop being messy. I'm just saying. No one goes there in the summertime. That's when it's cheap. That's why it's cheap. No one goes there in the summertime. Shit. Like y'all other people don't understand what's going on in these streets. Baby Shane, the only one shaking her cup, Shan. The one who don't need this, the one who don't have to do this is just a hobby for them was not, but yet every other moment they still asking for money. I'm just saying. What did James say? Begging with a loaf of bread underneath your arm. But they're in my place. But yeah. Like Dan said earlier, was not she spent money on food when Dan was there. But then when I was there, I offered to pay for the food that we bought to eat. No, 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 I got it. Don't worry about it. I got it. She want to be a big baller. Okay, baller. Well, that's what she said, Ron. I said I don't know anything different. I don't know her dietary needs. You know, I don't know what she's doing. All I know is she lost a whole bunch of weight really quickly. So if you lied about your whole divorce and why you sold your house and the cars you bought was not, it just leads me to believe that you possibly are lying about your weight loss journey. And that's what I said. Like when you start lying and being caught in lies, well, it's not people lying for you and they've been caught in the lies that they tell. It's hard for me to believe you. I can't believe anything that you're saying, anything that you're talking about, because how do I know that you're telling the truth? How do I know that what you're saying is factual? But at the same time, who am I? You know what I'm saying? Who am I? Not bugs and spiders. You know. That's what I was saying. That's what their text is. I'm saying is due to stress. Exactly. Because if things, and that's why you disappeared, was not like you. I guess because I guess you was over there with your people, whatever. You know what I'm saying. But when you losing everything left and right, losing your house, losing your husband, losing your job, losing your cars, losing your mind, losing your hair, that's stressful. It is. It's really stressful. And it's sad that, saying you have to come on here and act like you have to show us or prove to us something, whatever. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to. It's a lot. It's a lot, you know? And like I said, when you stressed out, you don't. When I really get stressed out, but, you know, I can imagine if you're stressed out, you're not eating properly, you're not eating healthily. You can, and the thing is, like, I don't know, when you're an expert at everything, you are a master of none. And she claimed to be an expert of all kind of stuff, finances, spirituality, dietary needs. But girl, you look in a mess and your spirit's not in tune. How can you tell me about my chakras not aligned when your whole life is falling apart? How can you tell me about my finances when you out there spending money on truck companies and new cars and things of that nature and you losing everything left to right? I can't. I can't do it. You know what I'm saying? And all of a sudden now you're being abused. But didn't she used to brag as well about being a good target with the gun range at the gun range? I saw the targets in her garage. She was pretty good. You know what I'm saying? So if you bragging about going to the gun range and having guns and that you can protect yourself, I'm just asking questions. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It in my place, but it just don't sound right to me. and to put that out there on that man and throw that man under the bus like that, whatever, is crazy. It's crazy. Like I know she'll cut somebody out for somebody else, was not, but I know she'll lie on the person that she shared her life with for several decades, have children with. Like, so now what you're saying is that your children's father has abused you for decades, and you said that on social media. So your kids and grandkids is gonna see that your husband abused you. But did you just say that your son and him came over to your house to pick something up? Which means that clearly, whatever it was, the connection, your son didn't see this abuse. I don't know. Because, like, I know that damn well my mom can't be abused by somebody, and I'm still laughing, grinning with this person's father or not. That's just me, though. You know what I'm saying? I'm a different type of person. I truly believe in making sure that my mom is okay. You know, I could be wrong. So, do y'all believe this abuse story or no? Do y'all really believe this abuse story from D or no? Because women, let's say, I'd rather ask women opposed to come from a man's point of view, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Do y'all believe this abuse story from D or no? Or do y'all think that it's another angle she's trying to pull? Because y'all know people on here like to pull angles. They like to pull angles. Lexi said no. Tex said no. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, because I don't know. Shan says she's the abuser, which I can believe. Like, the thing is, I can believe that she was very verbally abusive to that man. I don't know about physically, but I believe she went upside his head once or twice over those decades. I can believe that. I can see that more so than I can see him going upside her head. You know, I can see that. But like I said, ain't my place to say what's right and what's wrong. All I can say is, my experience of her and with her is not that. You know, I don't see her as being abused. I see her more as being the abuser. I really do. She's way too aggressive. I mean, it's very hard, Raw. It's very hard, baby. It really is hard to see that. And like I said, and I'm not one to say it didn't happen. Let me keep iterating that. I'm not saying it didn't happen. What I'm saying is that it will be hard for me to believe that it happened based on how she portrays herself, based on how she portrayed herself, and based on what I seen of her. You know what I'm saying? I don't see that happening in the household. She definitely was the head of that household because my husband can't go out and buy $300, $500 worth of food without letting me know for some strangers. I wouldn't go out and buy $300, $500 worth of food for some strangers in this household without, you know what I'm saying, my husband understanding and knowing about it. I'm not traveling all across the country, all across the world, with strangers multiple times a year. You know what I'm saying? Without my husband. You know what I'm saying? And we're not abused. Like, we don't abuse each other. You know what I'm saying? We actually talk to each other. We actually like each other. You know what I'm saying? And that's the difference. We actually like each other. You know. Is my mouth flippant? Yep. Is his mouth flippant? Yep. But it's still not a disrespectful situation, a disrespectful thing. Like I said, I don't know, y'all. I'm just saying, like, and I don't want to, what's that, make light of women being abused because that's not a laughing matter or anyone being abused, men or women, like I said. And we focus on women being abused, but there's also a lot of men out here who are abused as well, who just too embarrassed and too ashamed to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? There are men who are abused in same-sex relationships. There are men abused in heterosexual relationships. Just like there are a lot of women who are abused in same-sex relationships as well. No, she's back in the States now, Tex. She's back in the States. She's back. Don't know where she's at. Don't care where she's at. Not trying to figure out where she's at. But I know that she's no longer living in the little hacienda that she was living in. You know what I'm saying? I know that much. She's somewhere else. I don't know where. Some apartment somewhere. Really not trying to figure it out. You know. So yeah, I'm just saying. It's very hard and very dangerous for women to be screaming abuse, abuse, abuse. I was abused. I was abused. I was abused. I'm a woman, so I should be able to get away with anything I want to. No, you can't. You can't. No. There's a Yeah, exactly. And Ross, so I think the fun thing about it is, as much as people may think I don't like her, I don't hate anyone. I really don't. I feel sad for certain people. I would never fuck with certain people. You know what I'm saying? But I don't want you to be hurt or go through anything crazy. I pray that you are truly find happiness. First, find happiness within yourself. Be okay enough with yourself to be by yourself. Be okay enough to be a blessing to yourself. Don't, you know what I'm saying, think that what you see here on YouTube is real. The admiration, the affection, the love that you get on YouTube is real because it's not. It's fleeting. One minute they like you, next minute they don't. One minute they like you because you said something to someone that they don't like, and the next minute they're mad because you said something to their faves. It's all fleeting. It's all whatever. You don't do what they want you to do. You don't acquiesce the way they want you to acquiesce, and it's a problem. But when you're true to yourself, when you stay focused with yourself, you know, Rob, baby, I can be happy by myself. Like I can, like I think everything I need in this house is in this house. I make sure of that, and whatever I need outside the house, go get it, come back home, and be okay with that. I don't need to be around a bunch of people. That's why I'm comfortable and happy when if I go live, whatever. And if I have three people in the chat, I'm happy. I'm still gonna say what I need to say. I'm still gonna do what I need to do on here, whatever. It's not predicated on having 100 people in the chat, having the numbers. I don't care about all that. That's not, what I'm saying. The numbers that's important to me are the numbers that, bank account numbers. How many big accounts I have, how much is in each bank account. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. That's what's important to me. Exactly. And when you don't have peace, you don't have, you really can't find happiness. You know, it's hard for people to be okay with themselves when they don't have peace, when they're happy with themselves. It's hard for people to, you know, be able to be honest with other people. It's not when they're honest with themselves, when they're not comfortable with themselves, when they're doing everything but, you know what I'm saying, trying to seek peace and understanding within themselves. But, that's just me. That's how I feel. That's how I roll. That's how I go through these treacherous YouTube streets, or social media streets, I should say. But yeah, like I said, so I mean, if no one gets anything else from this video, it's not. Please understand that when you are a female, a black female, it's not, and you start screaming abuse, was not. People are going to listen to you, but people who actually think critically, whatever, they're going to actually start, you know, looking at your past behaviors, trying to connect the dots, trying to, make sense of what's going on. How these things, if these things are true, are these things true? You know what I'm saying? Are these things, you know what I'm saying, something that is feasible? What behavior have you exhibited? What behavior have you done to, you know, I don't know. But yeah. So yeah, just so when D. screamed she was abused, it just didn't hit the way, you know, I thought she wanted it to hit. It sounded rehearsed, it sounded staged, it sounded like, you know, something that was practiced and said in order to um, garner sympathy and empathy, like a cover up almost. Oh, damn, I slipped up. Now, the quote unquote haters know that I'm divorced. So let me give them an excuse so they won't come down or say anything about it, or they won't talk about it or won't touch it because the subject is taboo. You know what I'm saying? If I throw abuse on to this topic, well, it's not, they can't say anything, you know what I'm saying, and look like they're not, you know what I'm saying, just a bad person. Well, if I look like a bad person because I'm saying that it's inconsistent to what your behavior is, then I guess I'm a bad person. And then if you throw patriarchy in there, well, it's not, you're a part of the patriarchy, it's not, you throw in the women who hate men anyway. And I find that a lot of women on here don't like men. A lot of women on here dislike men, you know. But, you know, it's okay. And we're doing say anything in order to, you know, try to move the needle closer to their train of thought or their mindset. Oh yeah, bro, you don't see a lot of women on here don't like men. A lot of women on here don't like men. Just like they say a lot of men on here don't like women, but I definitely, you know what I'm saying. I definitely see, listen to conversations and things like that. You know what I'm saying, where a lot of women say things and think men should be underneath them and men should bow down to them, and just because they can quote unquote give birth, and it's not a me saying I don't like women thing. It's just that it takes two to have a child. Just like there's a womb and an egg that women possess, there are sperm that men possess, and y'all can't have children without sperm. Like we can't have children without women. We need each other in order for this world to go around and procreate and advance. We need each other. There's no, oh, I can do bad by myself type of thing. No, men need women. Women need men. You know, just saying. You know, but yeah, I didn't want much. I just want to come here and say that was not give my little piece and kind of explain what I was trying to explain on Deanna's channel. And no fault of Deanna's. It's just you got a little off base. So yeah, I just want to say this is a lot. It's just a lot going on, and we need to be very mindful of what we do, how we do it, what we say, how we say what's not, and stop. I mean, well, I can't say stop. You can do what you want to do, whatever. But it's funny to me how people play the victim when they get caught up in some mess and some nonsense, you know. And to me, that's what that was. Let me do this for all the women. Let me apologize for all the women. Da, da, da. Yeah, girl, please stop all that. You were doing what you were doing. You were saying what you were saying. It is what it is. You know. You know. Whatever reasons why you got divorced is the reason why you got divorced. And if you say you want us to believe that it is abuse, you know, it is what it is. I can't tell you. I can't tell you what's your life story. I just can't. But anyway, y'all, thank you so much for being here. I know it's late. I need to get some sleep so I can wake up and be prepared to hang out tomorrow or today, I should say. But y'all have a good night. Y'all will be blessed. And if you are being abused, let me say it, if you are being abused, please get help. Get out, get help. Call an agency. Do what it is you need to do to make sure that you are protected and you are safe. Please do not stay places, relationships where you are being abused. Please do not stay places where you are uncomfortable. Don't stay with people or don't stay around people where you are being, you know, violated in any way, shape, or form. It's not okay. It's not cool. You know what I'm saying? Please take care of yourselves. Be safe on these YouTube streets and in the real world streets. Please just take care of yourself. Love you guys. But once again, it's not important that I love you guys. It's important you love yourself, love someone else, respect yourself, and definitely respect someone else. If you don't mind liking the video on the way out, I definitely would appreciate it. And until next time, this is your boy Food Junkie, and I'm out. Good night, y'all.